Training to become a tattoo artist can be a tricky situation. The best thing to practice on it when you're training is obviously a human being, but a lot of times you may not be able to find somebody to train on. So a lot of times people might use a fruit such as a honeydew melon, maybe a grapefruit, something of that nature. And some suppliers even sell fake skin now, so you can maybe get some of that. But you can always find somebody out there that's willing to give up a little free piece of skin if you're not charging them very much to tattoo them, or if you're charging them nothing at all. And if you really want to get into it badly enough, you can get out there and recruit somebody that'll let you tattoo them for nothing. So that's what I would suggest. You find somebody that maybe has a bunch of not so desirable tattoos, and tell them that you're starting to learn and that you need somebody to kind of practice on. But you should always be honest with them and tell them what skill level you're at, and not give them any false pretenses about your abilities, telling them that you can do masterpieces when you really haven't ever even broke the skin yet. So always try to be as upfront and truthful with the people that you are going to practice on, and tell them where you're at. Some of the best ways I've learned to become good at this business is to get tattooed, and get tattooed by somebody that's a good tattoo artist. If you can mimic hand movements, if you're observant, and you can pick up a lot of tips from somebody who's experienced at this. That's also a good way to get your foot in the door in a shop. If you go to a place, you spend a good amount of money getting tattoos, and you're more apt to make friends with the person doing it, because if you're in there spending money with them, you're going to develop some type of rapport. So if you find a shop that you like, that you feel comfortable in, a couple of artists that you like, go in, get some tattoos. Don't mention that you're going to want to start learning right away on the first time you go in there, because they're just going to probably tattoo you and kick you out maybe. But after you've been in there 4 or 5 times, and stop in, maybe bring them a coffee or something, that don't hurt. And then maybe mention to them that, I've always been interested in doing this. If they like you, they're liable to say, hey, maybe you can start coming here and hanging out and get your foot in the door. If not, maybe you have to try somewhere else. But those are some tips. I do think that getting tattooed is probably the best way to learn, short of getting a machine in your hand and starting out by yourself. There's several certifications on bloodborne pathogens, cross-contamination, things of that nature. You can go to tattoo conventions lots of times. They have seminars on cross-contamination and bloodborne pathogens and things of that nature. Not really, to my knowledge, any formal schools for tattooing, but the apprenticeship program, what I was mentioning earlier about going in and becoming friends with a tattooer, when they take you on as a helper around the shop, that's going to be your apprenticeship time, and that's when you start to actually learn the trade of tattooing as an apprentice. You can't really just pick it up by reading a book or anything like that. You've got to really need to be shown, and shown by somebody who knows what they're doing. But the apprenticeship program sometimes can be rather expensive. If you're friends with a tattoo artist that's willing to help you out in that manner, that's great. But a lot of times they're going to charge you in the thousands to get you in the door and get you trained up. So just keep that in mind.